All right, my name is Crystal, and I'm here to share with you 5 steps that got me from Ashy to Classy. Yes, I used to be Ashy. I am not a millionaire or billionaire yet, but I am no longer Ashy. And these are the steps that I use to turn my dreams to goals, and my goals are turning into reality. This is the blueprint. Take out your pen and paper, and you better listen fast because I do talk fast. The first step is that you must be obsessed with your dream. You must be obsessed. People should complain about you. People should talk about you. That the only thing this girl wants to talk about, or the only thing this guy wants to talk about, is XYZ. Your goal must be something that you cannot go a moment without thinking about. When you do that, how do you do that? How do you become obsessed? Just like you're on YouTube now and you searched out whatever to find this video, search all videos on the topic that you are trying to get to know about. Search all the videos. You must become intimate with the YouTube vloggers, any podcasts, any books that are pillars in that particular field that you are trying to embark on. And by obsession, I mean like you need to delve deep into this topic months, 6 months minimum. 6 months minimum. Every day you need to be listening to a lecture, a YouTube video, reading a book, signing up for conferences, joining professional organizations or any type of organization or anything that is pertaining to your goal. If you want to lose weight, I suggest that you immerse yourself in any and all things fitness. Hang out with the people that are doing what you want to do. All right? Become obsessed with the goal. If you want to go to college, you should know every single college in your area that offers a degree plan that you want to study. You should know when they start, which one are public schools, which one are private schools, how much is tuition. Do I qualify for this scholarship or whatever? Is there a part-time program versus a full-time? You need to know all about it. How long is the program? You should have already visited the schools, talked to them on the phone. They should have been sending you a bunch of emails because you subscribe to every newsletter. You need to be obsessed. That is a must, a requirement. So after you're obsessed, right? The next thing that you need to do is research all resources. I kind of touched on it before, but you need to make friends with those online that are doing what you want to do, that have already done what you want to do. Make friends with those in your local community that are doing what you want to do. Don't be afraid to be awkward. Don't be prideful and say, I'm not going to go to them because blah, blah, blah. Put your pride away. What's more important? You attain this goal that you are obsessed with? Or holding on to an image, not want to humble yourself to talk to someone that can give you some cheat sheets, the cheat code to a couple of steps. And one thing that I can tell you for a fact, and I guarantee that I'm not the only person that will tell you this, is that people that are successful love to share information. They love to help. If you meet somebody and they do not want to share information with you, or they acting like they don't want to help out, that is not someone that is successful. That is not a happy person. That is a hater. Go the opposite direction. Don't get upset. Be grateful that they have exposed themselves for what they are. If you don't know a hater from a person that wants to see you succeed, if you don't know a hater from a successful person, people that are successful love to help. You are no threat to them. People that don't want to help or are secretive are haters and they will not help. Don't get mad. Take a note. Move on. All right? So the next step is, now that you have an idea of what it takes, because you've become obsessed and you've researched your field for 6 months minimum. Now that you have reached out to these people and become their friend, whether they know you're your friend, maybe you talk to them, or maybe you just watch all their videos and you connected with them and they're your friend like in your head. That's cool too. I do that all the time, right? But now that you've done all of those steps, now you have a clear idea of where you stand in relation to the end result of achieving your goal. So whether now you know it's going to take 1 year to achieve the goal, maybe it might take 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. You know what it takes. You know where you are and where you lie in the whole grand scheme of things. Now, I want to touch on this note. This is a side note that if your goal, your dream is long term, don't let that discourage you. Because I will tell you my personal testimony, but there are, goals and dreams that I had in my past that I did not initiate. I did not, set forth a plan. I didn't try because I felt it was going to take too long. And you know what happened? The time that it would have taken to achieve those goals, the time went by anyway, and I still did not achieve the goal. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if you're going to pass the time, and we cannot stop time, make sure that every second that passes is towards that goal. All right? Don't let time discourage you from achieving a goal. All right. So now that you know where you are, you know what you need to do because you've done all the research and you're obsessed, and all the people in your field or the friends you've reached, that you've made, the connections that you made have given you tips, and you know what must be done. You must write down a list of your goals, your sub goals that you have identified through research, and a list of obstacles or areas that you do not meet a requirement, things that are going to hold you back from accomplishing this goal. These are your goals and dreams. These are the things that you must overcome. Write a list of both. There's 2 lists. Now, these lists, when they're complete, you must be able to connect the dots and come up with a plan on how to get from point A to point B. These are called sub goals, sub steps. So if you want to enroll in college, if you want to save money, if you want to lose weight, if you want to relocate and move somewhere else, this is where you create your goals and sub goals. You want to go to college, you have no college. The first step is, maybe by next month, I should meet with X amount of college admission advisors, speak with them on the phone or whatnot. By the end of the summer or before the summer, I should already have enrolled in college. Come up with goals that are going to get you on track. If I want to graduate with my bachelor's degree by X years, they do what's called reverse engineering. If I need to get there, if I want to graduate in 2025, then what do I need to do in 2024 to make sure that 2025 is realistic, it's reality? What do I need to do in 2023 to make sure that 2024 is set up so that I can achieve my goal in 2025? What do I need to do in 2022 so that I can make sure that I'm set up for 2023 and then I'm set up for 2024 so that I can graduate with my degree in 2025? You get the drift? And bring that all the way back to today. All right? This goal and sub-goal blueprint is going to make things real to you. It's going to go from a dream into a goal. How do you turn a dream into a goal? You research it. You create sub-steps. You create goals and sub-steps based on the research that you have gained through your own and the connections that you've made through networking. Those 2 are the tools you need to create a map from where you are over the obstacles that you have identified on paper towards the goals that you want to achieve. That's called a plan. That's called strategizing. No, that's called a plan. I'm going to get to strategizing. Now, strategizing is now that you have this plan, it's visible, it's there. You need to actively begin to root out everything that is not in alignment with that plan. So you may have to switch out some of your friends. Now, I understand some of these friends, they may be people that you need or help out. They help out with you. You can't just cut them off. Or maybe you love them. They're just not conducive to you creating, a reality that is going to, align with your dreams. But you don't really want to keep them so close to you that they can possibly rain in your parade or piss on your dream, right? Identify those people. We don't dislike them. We love them. We just know that this is not an ingredient that belongs with this success recipe, right? You can let them in after the fact when you achieve it. Maybe, maybe not. But you need to have a selfish approach in this blueprint that I'm creating for you. Me, myself, and I. what benefits me. Now, doesn't mean you don't take care of your kids if you have any. That don't mean you don't take care of your family, but, there is a fine line between staying focused and, just neglecting your needs, neglecting your responsibilities. So strategize a plan to not be around places that are going to make you backslide. Some of y'all who grew up in southern churches or whatever, y'all know what backslide means. And if you don't know what backslide means kind of what it sounds like. They'll make you slide back into bad habits. So if you're trying to lose weight, but you and your girlfriends or you and your friends go out to drink and eat every Saturday, you might need to sometimes, kind of cancel that because you've already made plans to, do what kind of workout, yoga on the beach or whatnot. Replace certain activities with other activities that are going to be in alignment with what you want to do. Now, this may be hard, but you have to always remember what's in it for me. I'm trying to lose weight. The girls want to go drink at Chili's because they got 2 for 1 or whatever the case may be. What's in it for me? A good time, but I would not be sexy fine like I'm trying to be. I might need to cancel out. This is where it's okay to lie, too. I think it's okay to lie sometimes. Like, you might not want to say to your friends, like, hey, girl, I can't go because I'm trying to lose weight, trying to do the right thing. I would not do that because everyone won't take it like that. Just tell them something else. But don't go. Stay focused. And this will be easier to do once you have identified the obstacles that are going to stand in the way of you turning your dreams into goals and your goals into reality. When you have identified these obstacles, when you come across them, they're easier to identify as a distraction and they're easier to resist. So if you're kind of weak to those weekend hangouts, write it down as an obstacle. That's going to stand in the way of me achieving my goal when I said that I want to achieve it. Now, let me go on to the next thing because I know I kind of went off on a tangent. And the last thing that you want to do is you want to pray and meditate. A lot of people, they pray and they pray and they pray and they pray and they feel that prayer does not work because nothing happens, right? Many people don't want to meditate. It's boring. They don't know what it does. Like, whatever. What is meditation? And I understand it because I was like that for so long. And I'm going to tell you, the way to pray and really believe your prayers, and not just believe your prayers, but believe that this prayer is working. The way to meditate and to really believe that this is working, and the way to create a consistent regimen, or create a regimen, because a regimen, includes consistency. But a way to create a regimen for your spirituality is to back it up with the tangible. Now, when you're praying for a goal or dream that you have put zero work in, yes, that can make it seem like you're praying in vain or you're meditating in vain. But when you've done the research for it, you have completely immersed yourself into this field. You have become obsessed with this topic. It's always on your mind. It's always on your heart. You've done your research. You've met people that you can find something that you can resonate with them. Like, oh, he or she did this. They're just like me. When you've done these things, you research, you've become obsessed. You've met people, connected with people that have shared their testimony with you. They shared their blueprint with you. They shared their cheat codes with you. This dream, which is now a reality because now you've created a written plan on how to get from where you are over, around, or somehow maneuver these obstacles into the goals, the dream part. Once you've done those things, when you pray or when you meditate or whatever you do, regardless of your religion, because this is totally irrelevant to your type of religion, a specific religion. This is a relationship that you have with your source. When you've done those things, when you have your quiet time for prayer and or meditation, it's so much easier because you can see it now. You could almost touch it because you created it on paper. You created it in here. Now you have to create it here. You got to feel it. It's so much easier to pray and meditate when you put it, you've taken it out of your head cultivated it with research, put it on paper, made it real. And now you just got to pray or meditate or whatever you do, about it. Pray about it, meditate about it. In your head, see yourself doing whatever it is that you wrote down. See yourself writing down see yourself doing what you wrote down. And I'm going to add an honorable mention to this list. Consistency, discipline. Discipline. Discipline is doing what must be done even when you don't want to do it. Discipline is doing what must be done even when you don't feel like it, even when you don't feel that it is working. Discipline is having faith in your acts and still executing these steps every day when it feels like it's in vain. Discipline is doing what must be done when no one's watching, when nobody cares, when it's just you, yourself, and God. Discipline is kind of like sugar with a cake. That wasn't a good analogy. But what I mean is, you know what it is? Discipline is the glue that brings it together. All of it. And what I mean by that is, you might watch this video and be like, this girl really said some things that resonated with me. And you might do it tonight. You might do it tomorrow. But after a while, you may stop. This is where discipline comes in. When you don't feel like waking up in the morning time to pray or meditate, we don't feel like writing your goals down. Because when you write the plan down, I want to highly encourage you to write it down every day, or as much as possible. You can write an abbreviated version every day. You should write an abbreviated version every day. You should constantly be nitpicking and modifying and altering that plan that you wrote down, because as you're researching, you're finding out more information that may change certain sub-steps or steps or whatever. Do that all the time, even when you don't want to. When you don't feel like getting up and praying or meditating, you must do these things. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want to go from ashy to classy? Unless you just like being ashy. I didn't like it. And I didn't have any money to invest or anything like that. I was already working my butt off, so I didn't have any extra time to work, nor did I have any extra energy. All I had was my mind and my heart to create a reality. So this is what I strongly suggest that you do. This is the foundation to do whatever you want to do. These are the base ingredients right here. All right. The first being that you must be obsessed with your goal, researching and resources. You need to spend 6 months minimum being obsessed, learning everything about your goal, because you may find out that you may not even like it. You may find out that it's not even that hard as you thought it was going to be. You may find out that it is as hard as you thought it was going to be. But guess what? Many people have done it, and the answers is out there. You may find out a lot of things, but you got to find out first. Become obsessed through researching, through resources such as networking, books, podcasts, anything or anyone that will help you learn more about your goal. Become obsessed. Become the person in all of your circles that if anyone asks a question about this, let me ask my friend such and such. That's all he or she talks about. Become that subject matter expert in your goal, in your fields, in whatever your interest is. That's the first step. This is a recap. The second step, once you have identified certain requirements, key factors, or aspects to your field through research, write down a plan or write down a list of requirements that you must achieve or you must set out to, targets you must hit to achieve this goal. And then write down any obstacles that you currently have that are going to stand in the way of you hitting these targets. Now, where you are, the targets, the obstacles. Now, when you write those three things out, current location, targets. Actually, I said that wrong. Where you are, obstacles, target. Where you are, obstacles, target. Where you are, obstacles, goals. Write that down so you can see it. Now begin to create a line, a path, a roadmap, a blueprint to how to get from current location over, under, around, somehow maneuver. How will you maneuver these obstacles to get to the target? All right. This is called a plan. A plan. The plan is created from the obsession that led to your research, to your networking. You wrote down your current location, the obstacles, the target, and then you will see how to maneuver through the murky waters. This is essentially your plan to get from ashy to classy. But then you got to sprinkle a little faith on top of it. Sprinkle a little faith on top of it. Every day. Every day. How bad do you want to change your life? Every day. Take some time out for yourself. After you write your goals down and pray and meditate on it. The conviction in your heart will be fueled by the planning and the research that you have done. Those two sides together, the spiritual and the practical, will make you a powerful force. Nobody can rain on your parade. You do that consistently. At about, they say 21 days it takes to create a habit, and it is 21 days. But you will begin to see some changes in yourself. If you do this consistently every day, about 7 days, you're going to see a little change. You feel a little better, more focused. You have more purpose. You feel more purpose driven. 14 days, you're going to feel even stronger, supernatural. 21 days, you're going to create the biggest success story ever. It don't matter if you still ashy. That this is temporary. Past 21 days, you keep going. Will you fall off? Probably so. Have I fallen off? Yes, I have. But I know exactly what to do to get back on. The same thing you did the first time. All right? I want to encourage all of you guys. I don't care where you come from. I don't care where you live. I don't care what your reality is. I don't care if you don't have any family. I don't care if you have a bunch of family and they're all successful. Whatever it is, I promise you. This will help you stay focused. This will help you have that laser focus. This will help you create unconditional goals, unconditional happiness, unconditional positivity. Unconditional meaning regardless of what's going on around you, regardless of your conditions, what's going on inside is created by you. You're creating unconditional happiness. So even if you did lose your job, even if you had an argument with someone, even if someone said something negative about your goal and or your dream, kind of made you feel discouraged, you always go back to these steps. When in doubt, go back to these steps. When in doubt, go back to these steps. Someone hurts your feelings, go back to these steps. You fail at something, go back to your steps. You lose your money, go back to your steps. All right? So anyway, I will give you more. I will send you more positive vibes through these videos and my practical step-by-step procedures on how to change your life. How to get from ashy to classy. All right? How to go from being a regular, smuggler, degular girl, guy, or whatever, to being a person that is exuding positivity and abundance and surplus. A person that people just want to be around because you make them feel good, because the positivity and the blessing and the peace and the love is pouring out your pores. It's pouring out your pores. It's oozing out your pores. You know what I'm trying to say. But I got your back. I'm here for you. All right? And I'm giving you this because if no one gave it to me, I don't know where I would be right now. And I love you all. I want all people to win. I want you all to win. I want all of us to win. So drop down in the comments. Let me know if how this helped you out. Let me know if you've heard some of this information before. If you haven't heard it before, how did this touch you? Is there more that you want me to talk about? I definitely have more things that I want to talk about, but I want to hear what you want to hear about. So my name is Crystal, all right? Drop down in the comments. Let me know where you're from. Let me know what you think. Did I talk too fast? I can slow it down. Did I miss some things? You want me to add some things? You want to know about my personal story? I'm here for you. I'm a servant. I'm a global servant. So anyway, I love you guys. Peace, light, blessings, all of those things. All right?